y'all, thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and let's recap and review Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, y'all. Shenanigans. Shenanigans. So let's get into it. All right, y'all, let's get a little spicy before we get into this review. So the first thing I want to talk about, honestly, I only have two things to talk about, and they both pertain to Kathy Hilton. The first one is coming from All True Tea. They basically put up screenshots of Kathy's story. So when the episode aired on Wednesday, Kathy was really happy because you can tell in the way she was reposting things on Instagram that she was happy that a lot of the fans were on her side. So this one stood out to me, and it says, "At Lisa Rinna, give it up. We've seen this same faked act after at Lisa Vanderpump, at Denise Richards, and now it's at Kathy Hilton. Anyone that gets too popular gets in her sights. Fake bitch." Then the other thing was this screenshot that was being shopped around of this story from this page called Your Moms Are Watching, which is also like a Bravo fan page. And this was just one of the things that they were talking about. But I had heard about this way before. I heard it from Kempire Daily, and I'll put his name down so you can check out his channel. But I had also seen it prior to his video of people feeling like Kathy was like doing things behind the scenes allegedly. So this person posted what they said, and it says, "Is there a cover up going on? It will be interesting to see if this does in fact play out moving forward." And basically it was a screenshot of Your Mom Is Watching stories, and this is what they're alleging is going on as it pertains to how the season is being edited with Kathy Hilton and this whole Aspen situation. It says, "So Bravo told the ladies they could not mention the fact that Kathy called the DJ an old effing," and it's the F slur for the gay community, "on camera. They cut out all of the confessionals that dealt with it specifically, and it wasn't just Erica and Lisa and Diana talking about some of the things Kathy says in the club. What we are left with is a bizarre cut that makes it seem like the women are overreacting about a woman's rant against her sister. No wonder every single Bravo site is fawning all over Kathy. The truth is not out there, never will be." So here's my thing, and then we're going to get into this review. It seems like people are legitimately split. Even people that don't like Lisa Rinna are like, they believe Lisa Rinna. And then you have the people that really don't like Lisa Rinna that automatically believe Kathy. And then people are in the middle. But I don't think anybody thought it was going to be split, because when all of this was coming out, we were all looking at Lisa like, girl, whatever. But now seeing it play out, it does seem like something actually happened. And it does kind of seem like they doing some things. So allegedly, because there's more to that, and you should definitely check out their channel. It's called Your Moms Are Watching on IG. That it seems like Kathy allegedly has had her legal team confront Bravo or the Bravo execs and had them chop and screw a lot of material and media pertaining to the seasons. It even alleged in that whole like story with Your Mom Is Watching that they went back to like previous episodes where this didn't even happen, and they went to make sure that like Kathy didn't say anything or implicate herself in anything. So the other thing that they're alleging is also that allegedly Kathy showed up to the reunion with like her PR team to like help her, I guess, coach her in how to speak on the reunion if they started talking about this situation. So shenanigans. All of that is alleged, because I ain't in the I don't get this tea directly, as well as I don't know what's going on. But it's not too far-fetched for me to believe that they wouldn't do some stuff like this. But that's just a little spiciness for y'all. But let's get into the review. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. The episode opens up where it's the next day, and it's the final day that they're in Aspen. So everybody is getting ready to get on the private jet. We see all the women packing, and then we have Lisa Rinna basically saying that like last night, like it shook her. She was like, I ain't never seen anybody act like that before. It really took me by surprise. And I was like, true, Because now I'm analyzing everything. And I already do that as myself, but like now I'm really like looking at everybody and really paying attention to people. So they're like Kyle like is talking about what happened last night. They're all just kind of talking about it in a roundabout way. And I think I want to know, like, is Kathy getting on the plane with us? And Kyle's like, I don't know, because like I'm trying, like I knocked on the door, I went in, it was pitch black in there. I tried to wake her up, she wouldn't wake up, but we got to get on this plane, so I don't know what's going on. I mean, hopefully she's like coming, but I don't think she is. So Kathy ends up staying in Aspen. She does not get on the private jet with them. That to me was like red flag number one, because if what happened really wasn't that serious, or if you weren't embarrassed by what happened, then you would have gotten on the plane with everybody, or at least got up in the morning and saw everybody off as they went on the plane, hugged your sister, hugged your brother-in-law, said goodbye to the little dog, and big dog, and then went right back down to the basement and been like, oh, my plane is going in such and such, and that's when I'm gonna get picked up. As well as I remember when all of this stuff was going on, and we saw Kathy like in Instagram, on her husband's Instagram, telling him to come pick her up in the comments, and everyone being like, Kathy, this isn't text, like we can all see what you're saying, like what's going on in Aspen. And her like, so I do think something happened. Now what was said, clearly we're probably never gonna know, which is going to annoy me, because it was the same thing I didn't like about what Crystal was doing to Sutton, where I was like, say what's happening. Like say what Sutton said that was so dark, and then once we heard what she thought was so dark, it was like you did all of that reaching for that, like ma'am. So it's the next morning, they all get on the plane, and Kathy isn't there. They're all on the plane talking like, sir, like. So here's the thing, because I was about to go say what person was. I'm going to just piece this all together, because they was going through too much around the corner, and I just needed them to just drive straight to the point. Basically, when they all went to the club after the whole powwow they had at the rodeo, like bar or whatever, Kathy wanted people to do the conga line from what Sutton said, but nobody really wanted to do it. Like everybody, I guess, was just chilling and vibing and like didn't really want to do that, because like, who does the conga line? Who does that? So, she wanted to go home after that. I guess something must have transpired, like again, like happened before she really just was over being around the ladies that night. So Kathy told Sutton, like, if you don't go home with me, then we're not friends. So Sutton is like, whoa, like, pop, like, stop, like, sis, pump your brakes. So then Kathy goes to Kyle, and I guess she tells Kyle, like, I'm ready to go. You need to come home with me now. And Kyle's like, no, we just got here. Like, I didn't even see what happened. Why are you so upset? Like, no. So Lisa Rinna's like, well, I'll go home with you. Red flag number 2 for Kathy, because girl, why would you go home with that lady? You should have known something. Like, Lisa Rinna is not somebody I would want to be in a room with by myself, unless me and her were like this close and I knew she wouldn't like tell my secrets. Lisa Rinna is very much like she's a fox. That's why they call it Fox vs. 5. She is sneaky. She is slithery. Like she is going to see a way. Like, and you having that moment in front of Lisa Rinna was the ultimate L for Kathy. Because now it's like, I can dangle this over your head because who you are. It's kind of like you got caught slipping and lacking, as the people would say. And the person that caught you lacking is not the person you want to get caught lacking with. So Lisa Rinna says they were in the Sprinter and Kathy was going off, saying things about how like she would take Kyle down, like she made Kyle, that she's like basically she's better than Kyle, just going off, like just spraying her sister. So then they get home and Lisa Rinna is thinking that, like, she's saying that she thinks the rant is over. They get to the house, it's not over. Kathy goes far left from what Lisa is saying, takes off her glasses, throws them on the ground, jumps on them, breaks them, and just like throwing a temper tantrum, and then the situation is over. So Kyle is just like, she doesn't know what's really going on. She was like, she's been trying to contact her sister, but her sister won't talk to her. As they're on the plane, everybody is saying, like, yo, she was raging out. Like, Diana says it. And mind you, I will give Diana credit, and y'all know I don't like that lizard licking lady. But this purple outfit on her with the, like, where was this look? Whoever did this look, Diana should keep them, because that red confessional, horrid. That Mary Kay sales lady, atrocious. This right here, she looks like a Bosnian Barbie. She looks pretty. I was like, where was this, ma'am? If you was just going, like, you could be evil and pretty. You could be evil and pretty. I don't know who told y'all y'all had to be evil and ugly. You could be evil and pretty. What is this, girl? What is this? But she looks really pretty in this purple. So they're all on the plane. We have a moment between Sutton and Erica. Sutton and Erica want to be friends, but I think they just I think Erica allows her emotions and Lisa to get the best of her when it comes to Sutton, because they had this moment. Erica is saying, you know, she didn't mean to rage out, but right now she's just in a moment of like complete rage. And like, that's just her emotion. She was like, I want to connect with you guys on a personal level, not this court case, because once that's over, it's just me, you know? And they had a moment. Sutton started crying. I said, why are you crying, Sutton? And she's like, I don't know. Is the plane going down? Is it the air? I don't know why that made me laugh. She was like, I'm trying to see if there's smoke. I said, girl, Sutton wants to be cool with Erica. And I get it. They both have the same background. They're both from Georgia. They both were married to wealthy men. The only thing they don't have in common is that Sutton didn't marry no scammer, nor did she marry a thief. That's where but they're both divorced and they have kids. So it's like they can connect on a lot of levels. And I think Sutton wants to do that. And if Erica could stop being a bitch for 1 second, they probably could be cool. And if I was Erica, I would see Sutton way more as a friend, because like I keep telling y'all, Sutton was the only person last season who offered to give Erica a loan. I ain't hear nobody else, and I tell you, if they could do it, they would gladly be using it to their advantage, to be like, well, I gave Erica a loan. Sutton offered to give Erica a loan, legal counsel, and like that one guy that like files through, the person that can go through all like your accounts to make sure like you get what you're owed. Nobody else did that. So if Erica was smart, she would click up with Sutton, because it seems like Sutton is kind enough or generous enough to help you out when you down on your luck. Everybody else just gonna run their mouth and not do anything for you when what you need is the funds. And that's what Sutton got. So we're back in LA. We find out that Crystal is going to have like a Great Gatsby's birthday party for her 39th birthday. And here's my thing. Crystal, why are we having a Great Gatsby's birthday party? Like, you weren't born in the 1920s. And when she said when she said that was a fun time, I said, do you not read history books? The Great Depression? Like, I was like, Crystal. I mean, she looked lovely in her outfits. I think most of the women look nice when we get to the party. But it was just like, Crystal, there was nothing fun about the Great Depression. Like, people were out here starving to death, selling their kids to make ends meet. I said, for us, racism. I was just like, girl. Like, I don't mind a good theme party. But I'm never going to a theme party that is the 60s on down. Never. Because what was great about that time period? Ain't too much great about this one now. But what was really great about like 60s and down, at least the 70s, you know, civil rights movement had like, is coming to a close. There's integration. Things aren't, I mean, we still having issues. I mean, because we still got them today. But they weren't as horrible, like in the sense of people out, you could walk outside and get lynched for no reason other than being black and you stared at a white woman. Like, signs of it. I mean, this still could happen today, you know, in certain areas. But I'm just saying, I was just like, girl, and even when I read The Great Gatsby, I was never like, oh, this would be a fun place to go back to. Hell no. I was like, girl, you the 20s? No. No. Unless the 20s is like, what's it called? Harry Potter and the Fantastic Beasts, and I am a black wizard, and I can turn people into like frogs, lizards, and toads, and make them disappear. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. But we find out that Kyle's not going to the party. She's going to be filming for Halloween Town. Is it town? No, Halloween in like Georgia while Crystal's party is going on. One thing I'll say, I'm sick of Kyle and her dogs. I love dogs. I'm a dog person, but not when you have that many, because I know your house is covered in fur. I know your house is covered in fur. I know your house is covered in fur. And I just was like, ugh, ew, ew. And then when she had that one, the new dog who grabbed her sweater, and I know that sweater was probably like $150 to probably like $300. And I'm just like, girl, I was like, where the spray bottle? Or, pop him on his butt, something. I was just like, yeah, I'm sick of the dogs. And she brings them everywhere and they're not trained. It'd be one thing, but like, I have never seen it for Kyle's dogs since when they went to La Quinta, and them dogs was eating off the counters. They were licking on the counters. They were stealing people's food. After that, I was like, it's a wrap for me with Kyle and her dogs. No ma'am. No ma'am. So then we see everybody preparing for Crystal's party. So let's move on to that. So like I said, everybody is getting ready for the party. We see that Sutton and Lisa went in and bought like a beautiful orchid for Crystal. We then get this basically a commercial for this guy's like chocolate business where Erica and Dorit were hamming it up so bad. Like, I was so annoyed, but I thought it was funny at the same time because they were like, chocolate is a luxury. It's so decadent. It's so beautiful here. I'm in heaven. Decadence. I was like, shut up, y'all, because a Kit Kat is like 99 cents. Like, y'all chill out. Chocolate is for everybody. But they're making chocolate for Crystal as a gift because Crystal, I guess, has told them that she enjoys chocolate. And while they're there, they talk about Garcelle and the whole reel talking about the earrings. And Erica's whole thing is like she wished she would have got a heads up. Like, she thought her and Garcelle had like a really nice time while they were in Aspen. She was like, I just wish she would have told me like, hey, girl, I raked you over the coals on my real episode. And Dorit at this point is under the impression that this happened after like they came back, not understanding that Garcelle filmed this before they came, before they went to Aspen. And so Dorit's whole thing is like Garcelle throws rocks and hides her hands. Like, she drops bombs and then she runs away, but then she tries to shroud it in like, I care about you. And I'll give Dorit credit. I'll give her a little bit of credit on that, because my thing is like, for Garcelle, it's like, do you really care about the victims? And like, why are we bringing this up? Because it's just earrings. Like, I know Erica has way more serious cases than that. Or is it just because we're on reality TV and this is something very minute and something you could like harp in on her because it is small? Like I told y'all, I really didn't care about Garcelle alluding to Erica might like allegedly being an alcoholic, because Erica helped that out herself by saying she mixed in drugs and pills. No, drugs and alcohol. And as well as like, you cuss out my son and then you hit on my oldest son. I'm getting you back. I'm getting my lick back. And like, whichever way I choose to get my lick back, I'm getting my lick back. Just deal with it, because you started it, because we didn't even have to go down this road if you want to cuss out my child. So I didn't mind that. This situation, I kind of don't mind either. I mean, I know some people are like online have been like, well, y'all are talking about something that's really serious that can have like real life consequences for Erica, which is true. But I'm like, it's reality TV and this is what's going on in her reality. Like, if she, like, it is what it is. It's going on in her reality. I think some people have an issue with the way Garcelle is trying to be like, she's advocating for the victims in a sense, when people are questioning whether or not she really does care about the victims. Because they're like, well, why are you using the victims as a dig towards Erica? And instead of finding something else to come at Erica about. But it is what it is. So, and this is my thing. When it comes to the whole, like, because I can talk about this now since they're talking about, because Erica confronts Garcelle at Crystal's birthday party, where she's just like, well, I wish you would have told me. And Garcelle's whole rebuttal is like, well, we filmed it before and it's my job. And I'm like, yes, it's your job and you could have told her. But if you didn't want to, stand in it. That's my only thing with Garcelle. Stand in it. stand in it. Like, I would stand in it. Like, I'd have been like, one, we're not friends. We made that perfectly clear that we're not friends. Two, the way you acted in Aspen, you pretty much gave the energy in the air that you didn't give two FUCKs about what was going on with the victims, and that like this, it wasn't as serious, and like all this energy. You acted like you didn't care about our opinions about it. And I'd have been like, three, whatever, like what I said to you in Aspen is what I said on that show. So what was there need? Why do I need to tell you anything? That would have been my energy. But that's what Garcelle has to work on going further. Like, if you're going to be on the show, you need... And, like, Garcelle is a good housewife because she is shady. Like, I've seen her on Watch What Happens Live. Like, Garcelle is shady. My thing is, like, stand in it. Sit in it, stand in it, and let them... Like, and be it. Just be it. So... Erica's whole thing is like, excuse me, she's tired of, like, she doesn't want to be these ladies' whipping boy, where she is like, y'all not gonna keep beating up on me when I know where the bodies are buried. That energy that Erica gave was very much like, y'all not gonna keep dragging me when I know, like that little girl, I know that he knows that we know, like, that he should be shamed. My thing is, like, Erica probably knows some things about all of them. Before Tom got old and feeble the way he is now, just started to like decline, I bet you they got like files on everyone, because you can't tell me no one got on the show not like researching the people that they were going to be on the show with. A lot of people use Real Housewives as a business venture, and I know for a fact the women in Beverly Hills who are attached to a lot of money ain't about to get on the show where they're going to ruin their reputation, or at least not, or be associated with people that are going to pull their social stock down. So they probably do have stuff on everybody, or knows everybody, because all of them have like legal issues, like situations. They're just not as serious or as or not as upfront or out in the front of the public the way Erica's is. And that's the energy Erica is on. My only thing is, like, I'm cool with Erica being in her evil era. My thing is, like, why is she acting like Jared Leto's version of the Joker? Talking about like, oh. She was like, I want to say this, get this on camera. It was very like Joker-esque. I don't know why. I was just like, girl, sit up and say what you got to say. And what she said was true. Like, most of the people who try to act like they got everything going on are the ones that have the most skeletons in their closet. And that's true. That's as much as you people don't like Erica, she ain't lying. She ain't, like she said, she ain't got nothing to lose. Who is she to be scared of Kathy Hilton? So we get to the party. Everybody, for the most part, looks great. Oh, before then, girl, Sheree got to go. I need Sheree off get her off my screen. Her op antics and her tackiness is aggravating me, because who opens someone's birthday card and signs it in highlighter? And the ugliest highlighter is the yellow highlighter. Like, you trying to tell me in that big kitchen of Garcelle's that you couldn't find one drawer that had a pen in it? Like, you couldn't find, or just, So Garcelle is getting ready. Garcelle looked great to me. Very like mafioso, gangster kind of androgynous tease. And then Sheree even looked nice. Miss Opetta looked nice. And so Sheree goes to the table, sees Garcelle's gift for Crystal for her birthday, pulls out the card and was like, ooh, I need a pen. And I was like, I know this lady is not about to sign this birthday card, and she didn't contribute. And she pulls out the highlighter and signs it in her, like signs her name on it. And I'm like, a highlighter, bro? A highlight? Like, how tacky can you be? How tacky can you be? Like, girl, you didn't have a pen in your purse? Like, you and then my thing is like, well, she didn't, in that scene, we didn't see her tell Garcelle. So I'm like, did you send Garcelle a Cash App or a Venmo? Or give her $20? Because my thing is like, whatever was in the box, whether it's like a scarf or a sweater or something, because it was like a decent size, but it gave me very much like it's clothes, like a nice little shirt or something like that. I don't know, clothes. It looked like a clothes box, and I was just like, but you didn't put in, but you gonna put your name on it? I was like, it's tacky. That I would cuss you out for that. Like, I would read you down, because my thing is like, either give me the money or don't put your name on nothing. And definitely don't use a highlighter, bro. Like, you didn't even make it like Like, she didn't even make it pretty. She didn't. Just a highlighter. So they get to Crystal's party and everyone looks nice. They have like a really small party. Crystal does this speech about being like, you know, her last year in her 30s because she's turning 39. All the women are like, Crystal, shut up, because everybody else is like in their 50s or 40s. And even Diana got a chuckle out of me when she was like, girl, you ain't even put Botox in your face. Shut up, bitch. And I laughed. Ugh, I can't believe I laughed, but I laughed. And yeah, it was cute. It was cute. And then it got weird because I feel like Lisa Rinna made it weird. And so did Kathy. Both Kathy and Lisa Rinna to me are acting weird. Lisa is hamming it up about having PTSD and being so uncomfortable and like being like, oh my God, like woe is me type antics and energy. And Kathy straightened up real quick and tried to give very much like poise and like, oh, and not trying to be goofy and things of that nature. That lets me know that like in some regards, ma'am, you guilty. You guilty. So let's talk about that. So before we get into talking about Kathy and Lisa, we did have a scene about Erica where Erica and Sutton were at the bar. They were drinking and they were talking, and Erica told Sutton, I went by my old house, and they did a montage of her old house, and that was a lovely home. I'm not even gonna lie. I guess because she was telling Crystal's husband how like, yeah, our home was built in like the 1920s and stuff like that. So she was just like, yeah, like just telling him it was a lovely home and stuff like that. And she just was like, I looked at it and I just realized like that's no longer like that money wasn't my money, which I think is one of the most sincere things Erica has said. But when I was sitting there and listening, I actually like realized, and even somebody in Spaces said this, where they were like, they gained more of like an understanding of why it's been so hard and annoying for Erica, or for us, because Erica keeps bringing it up, is because Erica attached her identity to the wealth. And I was just like, when the person in Spaces said that, I was like, wow, like that's what it is. Like that's really what it is. Like Erica attached herself to a lifestyle that she never thought was going to be gone, and I think that is why it's so hard for her to like let it go, because it's like she's going to be letting go of her identity. And I think that that's what's been scaring her. But I think as the show has continued, and even in her confessionals, you can kind of tell based off the way she was acting when she had on like that the blue outfit, that blue and purple outfit with the top knot, and like she has like the jewels, like the harness, like rhinestone thing, versus what she has on now with the polka dotted like outfit, looking like a Dalmatian. The energy is different. Is different. And I think as the season has gone, maybe she has come to the realization that like that is no longer her life, and that she still has the ability and the years to create a new reality for herself. But like when that person in Spaces, and if you don't know what I'm saying, Twitter Spaces, said something like her identity was attached to that, and I was like, that's why. Like I don't know why it was like a light bulb moment where I was just like, huh. Like, that's what it is. Her identity has been solely attached to, like, being Erica Jane or Tom Girardi's wife. And, like, this is who I am. It's the same thing where you see people, like women especially, who have been with a man for so many years and they were so used to being this guy's wife. Or, like, even famous, like, celebrities, like, especially, like, artists who have been, like, at the top of their game, and then and then they have to get used to, like, the new people coming up, or their popularity or their celebridom, like, slowing down. It's hard because it's, like, it's scary because you're like, who am I without all of this stuff? And sometimes you realize either you really don't know who you are, or you feel like you're a nobody without it. And I think that is why Erica has been, like, latching on to this stuff, because it's like, that's still a part of me, because I'm Erica Jane. That was Erica Jane's stuff. That is who I am, instead of realizing like who really is Erica. Like, and I think the persona, being with Tom for so many years, and then now to reach the age of like almost being 50, and you're like at this crossroad where it's like, bro, I'm half a century old. Like, I should be able to enjoy like my 50s, 60s, 70s, shoot all the way to 100 without having to worry about resetting my life. And now the things that I felt like made me who I am are being taken away from me. So it made sense. Not saying what she's doing is right, but when that person said that, I was like, bro, They was on to something. So Lisa and Kathy. Really, y'all, both, like I said, both of them are acting weird. And Kathy, to me, I think Kathy did say those things. I think Kathy did say those things, because my thing is, like, you're not going to tell me someone who is uber wealthy, it doesn't have those bigoted views or things like that. You're not. Especially when we've had access to, like, proof of her daughter and her son saying the N-word. Like, so, like, candidly, like, it ain't nothing. So I'm just kind of like, The only thing that's pissing me off is, like, we're probably never going to see or hear what she said. And that's what's annoying me, because I'm just like, say what she said. Just like how I didn't like what Crystal did with Sutton. Say what she said. Like, give the viewers the opportunity to, like, really figure out and make a decision with all the evidence and facts. But I do think Kathy did something or said something, mainly because it's like, why would you text somebody silence is golden? Like, if you didn't do anything wrong, why did you text silence is golden? Why didn't you get on the plane with them? Why is now your, like, hunky-dory act, you've dropped it pretty much? Like, we haven't had a confessional with Kathy in it, but now all of a sudden we got confessionals with Kathy. We got that, and Kathy is acting very, like, pulled together, sitting up straight and saying what she's saying. And then you got her at the party not really being, like, she's being annoying and slightly quirky, but not the way she normally is. And it was just like, yeah, you did something. You said something and you did something. And the other part that leads me to believe that Kathy did do something is the way Kyle and Kim used to wild out. And even what we saw Kyle do last episode when she told when she told Dorit F off, and how angry she got, and how, because she was sad. And then when they were on the plane and she was talking about how her and Kim used to, like, bite each other and dig into each other's nails. Their mom did a number on them. Big Kathy did a number on them. So you're not going to, like I said, I love Kim, but Kim had her moments. So you're not going to give me to believe that, like, Kathy did not do anything. Kathy did something where she wouldn't be acting that way. And I don't think everybody, because everybody is kind of dancing around it, but I don't think Kathy didn't do anything. I think Kathy did something, and I do think she raged out. My issue is, like, they're not saying what she did. And I want them to say, like, verbatim, she did this, and they're not doing it. And the issue with Lisa Rinna is always, like I said, she's hypocritical because you only tell certain people to own it. And now all of a sudden you're, like, scared. Like, the fact that I agreed with Diana when Diana said bok bok bok, like Lisa is a chicken, it's true. Lisa is a chicken. You have all this mouth and this energy for everybody else, but now you're running scared of Kathy Hilton. And I get it. Kathy, we're not going to act like Kathy doesn't have an empire. We're also not going to act like her daughters, Nikki is married to a Rothschild. I think that's how you say their names. And Paris married somebody else who's a part of, like, just another wealthy family. You're not going to tell me that the uber wealthy don't be doing sketchy stuff, because we have, do we have to look that island with them children? Like, the island with them, y'all know what I mean. So you're not going to tell me that she ain't said no out of pocket stuff. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna tell me she ain't said no out of pocket stuff. I think the issue is it's the messenger. If it was anybody other than Lisa, maybe, like, say this was coming from Sutton, Garcelle, or Crystal, hell, even Kyle, everybody, or Dorit, people probably would listen. But since since the only three people that are really, like, trying to confirm it are Diana, Lisa, and Erica, it seems sus, and people don't want to believe it is because people don't like them. But I think Kathy said some stuff she ain't had no business saying. I also think she did say some things about Kyle. And I know people are like, well, because Lisa said something about, like, well, she said she hates the fact that her sister's more famous than her and blah, 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 and more wealthy than her. And they're not, because I think Kathy Hilton is worth, like, $300 and something million, and Kyle is only worth like 50 or something like that. Because someone posted, no, I don't know how true this is. It comes off Celebrity Net Worth. Someone said Kyle's worth 100 million, and then Kathy is worth 350 million. But you can never know about this stuff. We know Kathy is worth way more than Kyle, but I think when Lisa was talking about like wealth in a sense of celebridom and stuff, yeah, more people know who Kyle is or have a better like representation of who Kyle is, because we don't really know the true Kyle, but more people know who Kyle is versus Kathy, because we really didn't get to know Kathy until Paris started doing her things. And that's another thing. Paris outed her mama in her documentary. So it's like your own child outed you, even though they're cool now, but your own child said that you did certain things to her or made her feel certain type of ways. And the way they be raging out on each other as sisters, yeah, she said some out of pocket stuff about her sister. Now the racial stuff, we don't really know, but I would believe that something racial. That's all. Remember to be bravely authentic and drop down in them comments below. Deuces.